My name's Shane, and I'm an alcoholic addict. You got sober. That doesn't mean they trust you yet. One of the hardest things to accept in recovery is that we can change our lives long before the people around us believe we've changed. And that can be frustrating because maybe we're doing everything we're supposed to do. We're sober, we're showing up, we're telling the truth, we're trying to be present. We're trying to become somebody different than the person we were when we were using. And somewhere along the way, we start thinking, how long are we going to have to pay for who we used to be? I've been in recovery for a long time now. And one thing I've learned is that getting sober doesn't automatically repair everything that addiction damaged. Sometimes we think that because we've changed, that everybody else should immediately change the way they see us. But that's not really how trust works. Think about the people who loved us while we were struggling. They may have heard promises before. They may have heard, "I'm done." They probably heard, "It'll never happen again." And they may have gotten their hopes up, only to have those hopes crushed again. And maybe today we mean it. Maybe today we really are different. But the people around us don't have access to what's happening inside of us. They only have access to what they've experienced. And that's where recovery starts teaching us something much bigger than just sobriety. We learn that we can't control somebody else's healing. We can't force somebody to forgive us. And we certainly can't demand that somebody trust us. And we can't tell somebody, "You need to get over the past," when we were the ones who helped create the past they're trying to get over. And that's a hard truth. But there is some freedom in it. Because once we stop trying to convince everybody that we've changed, we can put that energy into simply continuing to change. We don't rebuild trust with explanations. We rebuild it with consistency. We rebuild it by being where we said we were going to be when we said we'd be there. We rebuild it by doing what we said we would do. And we rebuild it by telling the truth when lying would have been easier. And then we do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after that. And eventually, people around us start seeing something they didn't see before. Not another broken promise, a pattern, but a different one. And patterns are powerful because addiction created patterns too. People learned what to expect from us. So part of recovery is giving them enough new experiences that over time, they begin to believe they can expect something different. But that doesn't happen overnight. And here's the other difficult part. Sometimes we can genuinely change and the relationship still doesn't survive. That's real too. Recovery isn't a guarantee that everybody we hurt will come back. Sometimes an apology is accepted, but the relationship doesn't return. And sometimes forgiveness happens from a distance. Sometimes part of making things right is respecting somebody's decision not to let us back into their life. And when we find ourselves in that place, we have to remember something. Our recovery still matters. Our change still matters. We don't become better people only so somebody else will give us something in return. We become better because that's who we've decided we're going to be. And for me, there's a spiritual side to this too. Because recovery taught me a lot about surrender. There are things we can work on, and there are things we eventually need to release. We can make amends. We can change our behavior. We can tell the truth. We can keep showing up. But we cannot control somebody else's heart. That's not our decision. And sometimes the healthiest thing we can do is stop trying to do that. So when we're frustrated because somebody still doesn't trust us, maybe the answer isn't to spend all of our energy trying to convince them. Maybe we give them something better than another argument. We give them another day of evidence, then another, and another. We let our lives eventually say what the words can't. And if they come around, we should be grateful for it. And if they need more time, we can give them time. And if they never come around, we keep becoming the people we know we're supposed to be. Because that's part of recovery. And if there's something you're struggling with right now, whether it's recovery, relationships, faith, starting over, whatever it is, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I won't be able to respond to everything, but I'm going to keep pulling these conversations out and talking through them. Because chances are, if one of us is dealing with it, somebody else is too. Every day is a meeting. So let's close this one in a virtual circle with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Stay strong today, and I'll see you in the next one.